Welcome back in for episode 4. The plan is pretty simple for today. We're gonna mostly focus on, some of the goals I set out for myself at the end of last episode. Mainly the tear down the village one. But to do that one, I'm gonna want my backpack upgrades first, which is going to require iron, more than is there still, unfortunately. I suppose I'll do more tree farming in the meantime to have more time pass. Not sleeping, because apparently it's not dark out. I would like to get slimed less on. Oh. I think dropped boots, apparently. Not sure what that was. Nice amount of drops. Was that enough time? I mean, I'll at least go ahead and see how close I am. Well, I can make the first one. Something's always better than nothing, you know? Okay. Especially since I think I probably want to go ahead and do some farming next. Okay, that's... Is that blocks? Okay, that's a little better. Oh. The risk of emptying this thing entirely. Alright, 3 and 6, let's go do some more farming. That's a lot of industrial hemp. Jesus. This is why we need multiple stack upgrades. 2 is not going to be enough, honestly. I might go on a gold hunt, or at least put the gold hunt on the board immediately after this. I just realized, unfortunately, after doing all of that, that I just threw away most of the seeds that I was supposed to be composting after making that automatic composter, so that kind of went to waste, unfortunately. Unfortunate. You gonna make your way in here? No? Okay. Apparently I hallucinated. Got enough, though. And that's 2 and 2, so it should be 256s now. And then there's a long way to go before we can make a gold one. But, you know. We'll get there. Alright. Gold stack upgrade. I think it's time to start tearing down the village. But I'm gonna do it into new iron chests. And I'm not gonna put them in the house. I want him to be in one of the chunks I've loaded, though. Maybe the one with the nether portal? Whoops, that's not how I check those. Yeah, the one with the nether portal is already loaded. Just make... I need to think this through, actually. It doesn't really matter where I put this, as long as I don't want to move it too badly later. Which means I want it to be probably at least 4 blocks away from the portal. Let's just do a little bit more. That way I can build like something around it to hide them so that I don't have to look at them later. Like a house type of thing. I'll probably make this the corner of my house eventually. But for right now, I just need a place to dump stuff. As I speed through this village and absolutely obliterate everything that I can. So I'm gonna get started on that. And with that, we got our first of 64 stack upgrades. Actually, that might be a lie. It might be only 32 for 32. I might have to do 64 chests to get 64 stack upgrades in there, because I think it only lets me do 2. Well, I meant on the iron chest level, obviously, but I think it only lets me do 2 stack upgrades in general. So I think to get myself to that many stack upgrades, I'll need more chests. Nope. This is a good time to remove matching materials. Well, that was surprisingly sparse. I feel like I'm missing stuff. Not that it matters, because I'm just going to go back to tearing down houses, but... Before we bother to take down another house, I'm going to need to take a break to buy myself another pickaxe, because my current one is very, 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 very close to dead. Problem solved. Best part is that was enough time for my iron farm to produce everything I need for another upgrade. Jesus, if I can properly click on things. Oh god. I'm gonna put this in a second chest, I think. For now, instead of doubling up, because I'm not currently running into issues here. I mean, for one, these are by 4s, so they're already better than my one, like, or they're as good as both of my backpack ones are by themselves, so. Look at all that iron. Hell yeah. God. Okay. That needs to be put as a goal immediately. Cannot forget about that. That needs to get done. Might have moved basically all of my wood out here. You know what I just realized? I've had a crafting table and a stick in my inventory this whole time, and I forgot about it, just like I thought I was going to. I'm sure I'll forget about it again soon, but having it for right this moment, pretty nice. Um, let's at least pretend I'm gonna want to walk through these. I don't think I'm going to after I set them up properly, but I'd like the option if it's necessary, you know? Alright. I guess I'll put one in this one and store these until I have more iron. And then we can go back to destroying the village, which is almost done. Before I forget, I wanted to write it down. I also would like to add another goal to this that says consolidate animals. And basically that just means that there are a couple of pens that have animals that are in other pens, and I would like to, before I start breeding them, go ahead and bring all those pens together. Maybe even in new pens that I made somewhere else. Yeah. This is actually perfect timing. I mean, not the noise, but the night falling. Because we get to bring you guys back for, not the whole thing, but just the beginning of the last house. I mean, there's the house I'm not in, and eventually the one I'm in is going to get torn down as well, but for right now, this is the whole village. Oh, look at that! It even has a chest for us to check with more running shoes. Oh, that's funny. You can just disappear into the ether. And just like that, Lola's gone. Well, you know, the village. All that's left is a scar, the pathways and the farms with all the animals in them. I'm going to use the pathways as the framework for building my own village, probably at some point. But that's way too far down the line to even bother putting on this board here. I'm going to count this as a village torn down, though. I wonder what I want to work on next. Iron-wise, we probably need... So maybe next I'll move the iron farm or something. I'll think on it for a second and get back to this in a minute. Alright, after our break it has become real obvious that the next move needs to be moving these annoying motherfuckers because they're so loud. In addition to that, while I'm moving them, I'm going to make more of them because that's not enough iron. I'm going to want lots more. How many do I want to be able to craft at a time? Maybe 6? I still have everything else on me, apparently. That's nice. But yeah, no. That is gonna be so fucking annoying. I have to move that immediately. Alright, I think 18 total is good for the moment. I'm gonna make it one that's that was weird. I'm gonna make it one that's fully not part of the moat here, because I'm going to be loading this chunk, so I want at some point to get the maximum amount of space out of it if I need to. Wow, that was a lot less of a pain in the ass than I thought it was going to be when I discovered that problem. Okay. Now we just, whoops, claim and load this chunk. Get smacked by a slime. Jesus Christ, that one got big. Anyway, this is working at the same capacity it was before. Now I need some villagers to fill it up with 11, 12. Alright, now we'll get iron 3 times faster, and I won't have to hear those noises all the time. Okay, can you not, please? It's a little far away, but those boots will make it easy enough to get to. Let's... where is it? There you go. Move iron farm away from the house. All done. We could consolidate animals next, I suppose. I kind of want those to be a lot closer. Maybe like starting around here. I don't need a ton of everything. I was going to make nice pens, but I feel like for right now, I just want a place to put them. And I'll think about something pretty for later. Oh, I'm dumb. All of the materials I got from tearing the village down are in here. I absolutely have those materials. I just need to go grab them. Carpets. Let's do outside. Oh, shit, trader llama. Don't. I mean, blaze powder's pretty nice, because... Oh, I already have. Blaze powder's pretty nice, because I haven't found a fortress yet, but... Otherwise, I think it's just good to murder you. Alignment decreased -10. Oh no! Whoops. Trader llamas don't deserve life. Not after they've served their purpose. Okay. Back to counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. I've got 4 pens now. Oops. Time to go collect the respective animals. So I realized after I did this first batch of chickens, I'm doing this in an unnecessarily risky way, in letting them follow me, because I'm making all kinds of string and there are slimes everywhere. So I can make leads. Also, I just stole a couple from the wandering trader. I don't know if this is the right move, but I made this thing, so I'm gonna use it, you know? So that gets me at least one of the tools I needed. I might need to go do another round with the other villager to get the second one. Yep. Damn, I was really hoping that would finish off the flex, finally. Oh well. Got me a lot closer, but, you know. That other villager, come here, so I can sell you some onions. Oof. Really? You're gonna interrupt me? I was just about to say something. Um, so we've got all the animals consolidated down. Chickens, pigs, cows, and sheep. All four of them have their own nice little pen. They're gonna be harassed by slimes the entire time they exist, but that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and make this too tall. I don't think it needs to be, but I don't know. Why not? All four are finished now. Not gonna let that slime bite my butthole. I know it really wants to. Alright. Dump some of the random shit in my inventory. You know what? I was gonna worry more about sorting stuff, but planning on making storage setup relatively soon, so it shouldn't end up being that big of a deal. As long as I occasionally go in and, like, fix dumb stuff. Like having a separate valuables chest. Always important. Can't forget to do that. Before I forget, let's take that off the wall. Consolidate animals. Oh, the original one is done. I forgot to take that off, apparently. I should bring Cloudy home from Lucrece Crid. To do that, I'm gonna need to go fishing. Which means I need a pond. Now, I could just make a shitty one. Like a couple of blocks and fish until I get a saddle. But I kind of don't feel like doing that. I kind of want to make something pretty. So we're going to put some effort in. Maybe I'll put it around that fountain. Don't know. Haven't decided. A pond is, in fact, what we will be going for next, and I have kind of an idea on what I want it to look like, I think. I would like some sand for it, though. And I'm going to double check, but I think the easiest way to get sand is probably to use a crusher from Mechanism, which now that I have Osmium, that's not super hard to do. I just haven't done it yet. Can we... Where's regular sand? There it is. Okay, that's a different kind of pressure I can't make. Okay, apparently I can make it from glass or sandstone. Oh wait, it's the enrichment chamber, not the crusher that does this, isn't it? Wait, hold on. Oh, gravel. It's just, there's a bunch of them, so it looks weird. Okay, cool. Crusher and gravel. 2 basic control circuits. So I'm gonna need a metallurgic infuser, so I'm gonna need to sleep, because I always need to sleep. Anyway, after I've needed to sleep, I'm gonna need to grab my osmium, and my iron, definitely other things, but I'm starting with grabbing some iron because I only have a limited amount of osmium right now, and it is fairly useful for a lot of things, so I don't want to use all of it up at once, because I didn't duplicate it when I... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm dumb. It's 3 sticks. I'm like, oh my god, is that mod not in here? No, it is. It's actually just base all the mods, so it is likely to always be in here. Anyway, I think there's ways to triple or quadruple orders later, but oh my god, good lord, I keep forgetting that I moved all of the things that are fuel sources out here. I'm regretting this right this second because I don't remember that I did it, but it will be really, really convenient later. Especially when everything else is also out there. I should make... Well, some of this is cooking because I need that osmium. I should take all of my crops here and move them into that other chest that has a stack of 3. I don't know if I want to literally put every nature thing in here, period. But a lot of them can go in there. So that's nice. Get started shell with some osmium. Go back out here and grab some cobblestone. And then furnaces for the infuser that needs redstone. Damn it. I should have known. Like, oh, that's not where it is anymore. I'm also running away from the chest like I don't have a crafting table in my inventory. Metallurgic infuser acquired. Alright, so, I need something to power this. I can probably make a heat generator, although I think that requires copper, and I don't think I've actually come across any copper yet. Of course, I could just go loot, immersive engineering village houses, because those can definitely contain copper. I'm not looking in the right spot again. Oh wait, actually I'm dumb. I have a bunch of copper and an ore doubler. 60 copper. Gonna need another furnace. Gonna need to make them iron furnaces next as well, but that's not really on my mind right at the moment. Alright, heat generator is easiest, I suppose. Although, how far off am I from a wind generator? I just need a little bit of power first. Okay, so I'll probably skip over to that real quick afterwards. I already made energy cables, so I don't need to get it right up in the lava like I usually do. Bucket of lava. Go back to the recipe for the heat generator because I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's still wild to me that the heat generator involves planks in its recipe. Can I craft these up into... Nope. I'll move them out here while I get some actual planks. What else do I need? Another furnace and the copper that's cooking. Alright. Gotcha. Wow, that's not English. Got ourselves a heat generator. I mean, just... do that. This is going to be very temporary. I'm going to replace it with a wind generator and then other stuff pretty quickly. But for right now, you know what? I'm going to put all this cable down because it'll just be extra battery for right now. Metallurgic infuser, we're going to use it to make a crusher. Should already have steel. Not in here. Is the glass still in here? The glass might have all gotten turned into panes, and I might need to then turn it into, I'm realizing that getting a good amount of, sand might be further ahead of me than I thought. The pond might be a next episode thing, as opposed to the end of this one. But this is definitely good progress, so I'm not worried about it. Heat generator's running, metallurgic infuser. I do need a crusher. I think I want an enrichment chamber first, though, so that I can get the most out of all of my input items. And that's still going to require me to make the 2 basic control circuits first. Just going to be 2 osmium and 4 redstone. 4 more redstone, 2 iron. I need glass. That's gonna be a little bit more difficult because I need a librarian that has glass, and I don't think that I have yet unlocked a librarian that has glass. Actually, I'm not sure if I've used a librarian really at all in this run through, and oh, good Lord, yeah, there's no way I'm getting to the pond. Uh, okay, well, let me just hope I get lucky here. Nope, that's the opposite of lucky. That's unlucky, actually. Oh, dear Lord. Uh, can I buy sugarcane and start farming it? No. How do I get sugarcane? Uh. Wow. There are not a lot of good ways to get sugarcane. Apparently there's something from mine colonies, but I feel like I'm gonna need to have sugarcane already to get that somehow. Damn. That's concerning. How do I access sugarcane? Am I gonna be able to find it in a chest somewhere? Or... Well, there are other ways to make paper that I might be able to use right now, which would be easier probably than, like, yeah, sawdust here, than Ooh, tree bark. I keep forgetting what I was going to say. Paper will be right. Paper will be easier than buying with emeralds the entire fucking bookshelves. All right, I got slightly interrupted in the middle of that thought. Had to end the recording and start it back up again. It had only been a couple of minutes, but I forgot to actually pause the game, so now there are mobs everywhere. Oh, hey, look! Now I have a chest plate again. Oh god, that was unnecessary. So are you, motherfucker. Necromancer is targeting you with roots. Does that, like, stick me to the ground? That's fucked up. Alright. Anyway. Ow. What? Did something just shoot me? I don't see any skeletons, though. Anyway, I was working on paper. Uh, Tree bark is pretty manual, so I might not do that, actually. Rice. Ooh, Actually Editions rice. I can buy Actually Editions rice. Hello, companion for onion? I think I finally found my companion for onion. And it means I'm doing more farming. It's always farming. At least that's more stuff I can time-lapse. So I took all the bone meal that I got from the plants we didn't sell, and I'm just gonna use it to abuse the rice now. This is gonna take a while. I wonder if my auto clicker works. That seems like a no. Kind of want to try again though. Oh, oh, Jesus. Well, that only kind of worked. Looks like we're still recording. Oh, thank God. Okay, now I will spend a lot less time doing this. All right. Just like that, we've got a whole row plus a little bit. And enough rice to make... No, I don't want dough. I want paper. I am curious to know... what I can do with the dough, but for right now, I'm trying to sell to a librarian. Comb cutter! That's nice, but I want glass. I don't remember how early glass shows up. Hey, there it is! That was so much nicer than I thought. Okay, I thought that was going to be a longer journey, because I thought I was going to have to, like, grow sugarcane or buy bookshelves or something, so pretty happy with that. Let's just dump the stuff I don't need to my inventory. And I need to go pick up the steel. And we're making a... I know we're making a machine frame next. That's what I needed the steel for, but I don't remember what I was using this... Enrichment chamber was the first one I was going to make. Yeah. Because I need 2 of the control circuits for both this and the crusher, and I don't have to spend it twice. Alright. Steel casing. Called it a machine frame. It might use maybe it was used to... Jesus, that was not English again. Maybe it used to be called that, or I'm remembering a different mod. I have played with a lot of mods. There's no telling, honestly. Got ourselves an enrichment chamber, so now we can go ahead and throw a piece of redstone in here, and 4 in here, because this will make this one redstone dust worth 8 units of itself. Where this would have only been worth 10, this is worth 80. And instead of using 8 redstone, I can use just one of these to make 4 of those circuits. So the next thing we're going to do is make a crusher, because I want sand. Um, Here we go. I don't know why I was like trying to learn how to craft those. I know how that works. And crusher acquired. Actually, you know what? What am I missing to just make it a factory? Okay, well, nothing, but it's being dumb. Because mechanism is kind of rude sometimes. There we go, crushing factory. Now, technically, I don't have a lot of cobblestone right now, but I have all kinds of lava. I can make a nice big cobblestone generator. That's another thing I should add to the list and probably do next. Cobblestone generator. Actually, there might be. Okay. That's a lot of stuff. Ah, here they are. Stone block generator. Copper block generator. Iron block generator. I guess emerald would be the easiest and best option for me for right now. If I actually have that many emeralds right now. It's entirely possible I don't. Oh, I'm one short. That's so fucked up. I have onions I can sell to the farmer in here. Two glass. There you go. Block generator. Now this block generator needs nothing under it to make cobblestone? Nothing under it. Okay. I just need my buckets. I think it accepts a chest on top of it, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna put this down here for now. Yep. Alright. Well, the block problem is solved. Now it's just about having enough power and time to process all of the gravel into sand so that I can make enough blocks. I can also go ahead and take cobblestone generator off the list because there's no reason to make a proper one, especially since apparently if I do this again and then put stone under it, it'll just do the same thing but with stone. So yeah. I think that might just be about where I call this one. Coming right up around the 45-minute mark, so seems like a good stopping point. Oh, Jesus. It's like I could time to sleep. We always sleep. It's very important. Anyway, that witch is gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna work on the pond next episode. Um, oh Jesus. So I'll need to prepare a lot of sand for that. Probably do that in a little time lapse or jump cut. Depends on how I'm feeling about it later. But we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.